by the time that start. Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. Good morning. I will never get nobody name up. They was like, is that a wig? What was that? I said, I don't know. I don't do hair. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna say the other women that was in there. Some that at the Maryland, they was laughing at the gym with me this morning. They said, we know you gonna put them hairstyles. I said, I am. So I know, because we got 130. I said, I am. I'm going to put it up there. Now, one down go this Liddell or Kansas, I'm not messing with it. Rocket. But look who they said that was probably. You got Stephen A. Smith attacking her now. Jasmine Crockett.
Attacking our whole national show. It ain't nothing new with him. He's the fastest racer. He all that. He let you know who he is. He ain't holding him up.
But he black.
Stephen Miller ain't.
No, Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, man.
I'm talking about Stephen A. Smith. You ain't see how they said to us, y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. I mean, listen, hey, some laugh with you, some laugh at you. They laughed at me plenty of times. I laughing too, shit. But hey, it is what it is. But boy, we was rolling. They was like, you gonna put them pictures up? I said, I am. She the one brought up content. She said, are they trying to use stuff for content? I said, well, she gave it to me. This what I had wanted to say. I was watching one guy. I was looking for his video, and he was talking about like in Chicago when they raided the hotel. And I get both sides, not the hotel, the apartment complex. But and as he was breaking it down, and it was like what they doing is, what they not telling people is, and it's bad on both sides, but these was the ones that the Democrats had. Remember when they took them to Martha's Vineyard and everything?
Yeah.
What's up?
I just can't fathom that, right? Like, I'm still stuck on, you touch my kids, I'm touching you. It's that serious. And the fact that he's just letting this man skate by, but a dude who does something peaceful, that rallies the community to do something peaceful, right? How often do we see people today get groups of people together, rile them up, and go set them loose? Jed gathered a group of people, got them focused, and did something productive, and he's the fucking monster? This is some bull.
Good morning, people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank y'all for tapping in. We back to business. What's today the 2nd. We back to business, family. How did y'all enjoy y'all new year? Seeing what's up? Good morning, new one. Thank you for tapping in. Kobe Fatty, Carolyn Hendricks, Stanley Wood, Dodger Board, Bonnie Vanner, Concrete Jungle, Mama Quill, and Andre Holland. Thank y'all for tapping in. Since we all in this new year together, how everybody doing? Hopefully, I'll be seeing some of y'all tomorrow. I'll be at the library tomorrow in the morning. I hope I'll be there if everything goes smooth. I'll be there tomorrow morning. Wanda Smith, good morning. Thank you for tapping in. So how was everybody New Year? Y'all made y'all New Year resolution already? Yeah. Oh, Stanley Wood done set it off with that $5 super chat. Thank you, Stanley Wood. Thank you, thank you, thank you. On a $5 Friday. And Carolyn Hendricks, thank you, beloved. Thank you. Who all in tapped in this morning? We got my fellow 740, and how you doing? Thank you for tapping in, T. No trouble, what it do? Thank all y'all for tapping in on this lovely. It's cold this way, but it is what it is. It's cold this way, but anytime we can wake up, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing anytime you can wake up.
It's 47 here.
Miss Kariza, thank you for tapping in. I ain't going nowhere. Good morning. What's up, Alan L? Thank you for tapping in. What new one says? Shit, I felt like I was in the Middle East fighting Firefight, ducking for my life, praying no bullets would come through my house. You wasn't the only one because they was letting it go. Terry Nixon, thank you for tapping in, beloved. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Michael Conyers, thank you. I want to thank everybody. And Cameron Hardy with that $5 for $5 Friday. Thank you. Thank you, Cameron. The Dreamer, good morning. Thank you for tapping in. And Sharon, good morning to you. Hey, it had you in tears, but look, hey, Trevor worked on it. He had help with it. What's up, Yogi G? What it do?
I had a ton of help from Darnell Dumas and Tay Tay. So I want to thank them once again. That was, I busted my ass on it. They got me the videos and the timestamps. I went and downloaded them, cut them to pieces, put them on there, got it. Yeah, you guys see the final product. I'm happy with it. But yeah, I just wanted to thank them.
Raw Doggy said, "What's up, Stanley Wood for sure?" Hey, Yogi G. You know what? I didn't really know. I should have hit you, but I didn't really know. It said, I thought you was probably on vacation. I said I'll just let them chill for the weekend. Let me see what Dreamer said. Y'all subscribe and hit that like button. And Stanley said, let's get them super chats going. You heard?
$5 Friday.
Hey, we back. Miss Gladys in the building.
Yeah, that's South Florida kind of deal, but yeah, it's cold enough here that the pythons are coming out. You gotta start hunting them down.
Miss Beverly Biggs Levy, thank you for tapping in, beloved, and Happy New Year. Michelle Smith, a.k.a. Ann, and her husband is in this thing. Thank you for tapping in. Lydia McNeely, good morning. Good morning. Family, we're going to make it work. That's all I can tell y'all. We're going to make it work. I'm ready to get this thing on the road, see how this new year going to go. Sharon, thank you, beloved, with that Happy New Year with that $10 super chat. Thank you on this $5 Friday. The lovely Deborah Luna in the building. Loving me in the building. Debbie Clark, one half of the Wonder Twins. And we got the lovely Lanita Murray in the building. Thank y'all for tapping in with us. We're going to get it back rolling, family. You know what I'm saying? I miss y'all taking that day off. And New One came in with that $5 Friday. Thank you, New One, with the $5 super chat. And we got the lovely Felicia Martinez from New Jersey, in case you didn't know. I'm ready for the new year. Maybe we can make some memorable moments for 2026. What's up, Elliot? Good brother. How you doing? In the building. I'm waiting on the I'm waiting to see what we're gonna make pop into 2026, man. Y'all got big election going down in the city, really in the state, governor. So it's gonna be a bunch of races being ran. I'm gonna try to. Hey, brother Elliot, if everything goes smooth, we should be at that. They having a meeting tomorrow, Saturday at the library. Yes, sir. In fact, I'm shooting for that 50,000 this year. I gotta make it work. What's up, Air Tire Hills? Thank you for tapping in. Tony Terry, I can't say nothing. Good morning from Miami-Dade County 305, home of the Hurricane University of Miami. They're in the Final Four. Hey, facts, Elliot. Hey, Miss Gladys, it was hard. I'm not gonna say 2026 is hard. I hope y'all get the change that's needed. I mean, you will be knowing since we'll start with Flint, since it is 8-10 with the politics in Flint. It was wasn't it today? Lanita Murray with the $5 super chat. Thank you for tapping,
Mr. Elliott.
Ain't today the day that you can sign up if you're running for mayor?
5th.
Oh, the 5th. So we got Monday. Okay. For sure. Hey, but we got us a coach, good brother. We about to be popping in a minute. We got a coach. The lovely Deborah Luna with the $10 super chat. Happy Friday. Now, New One, Since you caught it, I'm gonna put it up on there. I don't know. It's this new one. This from New One. She said, "So is Del Rico running or not?" I couldn't tell from his Facebook post. I haven't seen it, Trevor. I know you seen it.
Yeah,
you
the way I read it is yes, but he's looking to see if there's enough support for him to really put into it. I mean, so sign up is on the 5th. That's the start, but it goes for X amount of time. He's looking to see if he's got enough follow-up support to make it really worth his while. So if you want to see Del Rico run, Mr. Del Rico, let me respect the man, then go on there and like Tony Wiggins saying that my mayor, I see several encouraging him. Go on there and encourage the man.
You know what? I'll say this. That's something right there. Let me see, Miss Gladys. You know what? You stay from down there. You can always catch it on YouTube.
Yeah, we live stream it. We use the city feed.
You just stay from down there.
We get quality audio. Yeah, they play with the camera a little bit, but one thing you do get is the ability to chat while you're watching them screw up your life. Whereas when you show up in person, you get arrested. So
yeah, Miss Beverly Biggs said, Del Rico, let's praying on it. Smart man.
Yeah, the way I read it, it's a typical politician post of saying, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. If you support me enough, I should. So if you guys want to see him run, go support the man.
I mean, Flint do need some new leadership, man. I mean, people that really care for the residents is what I'm talking about. You're not going to, let me just be honest to the resident. You're not going to get everything you want.
Yeah. I don't know. So I look at his tenure on County Board of Commissioners and level-headed. I didn't see them fight at all. They took their arguments behind closed doors 99% of the time. So at least there were adults in the room. If he wants to run for mayor, you know, like I said, I'm not supporting anyone this time because I've been burned too many times before, but I think he's a solid choice at least. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying, Deborah Luna. She said, I commented, what's in you is missing in them. I mean, that's what you really need. What's up, Sweet Cupcake on break? Thank you, beloved, for tapping back in. I mean, Flint needs people that's going to really be for them. They didn't have enough people that didn't got over, to be honest. I mean, this administration right here and his voting block, man, when you say, I'm not saying people ain't never took before, but this group, hey, Brother Elliot, I agree with you, but we can take care of the people and get the cream later, but you got to get people who thinking like that. See, well, we getting a lot of people who about, let me get mines, and you know, we'll get to you when we get to you.
No, I don't think there's ever we'll get to you. It's I'll get mine and fuck you is exactly what I hear from them every time they open their mouth.
Pastor Nicholas J. Gaddis, good morning, good brother. Shout out to my Gaddis clan. I know they'd be tapping in. And KD, thank you for tapping in. Let me see. The same people that drag the city are the ones taken from the city. Facts. I'm just saying, it's like you got to get people but I'm saying, like, we know it's election season. You finna see. Yeah, facts, Brother Elliot said. We said we are going to change the narrative. Yeah, it's gonna be. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be easy. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be easy. I can promise you that. I'm just, you know, like I said, council is next week. Davina probably be, man, it just seemed like we ended 2025 and 2026 just, it's still unfinished business.
So Dominic Clemens just posted, I don't know if this was earlier today or yesterday, 2 days ago. We've already gotten a lot of questions about this. Nominating petitions for Flint City elections will be available next week at the Flint City Clerk's office, not the county clerk and register of deeds. So if you're going for a Flint City office, a council, mayor, you have to go through Davina. So
They don't
careful.
want no part of it.
Be careful. Next thing you need is 75 qualifying petitions from the ward that you're running in for council. So keep that in mind.
Thank you, Beaver Reed. She said, Happy New Year, Mickey, Trevor, and Winter. She said, quote for Flint, when I could have, I didn't. When I wanted to, I can't. Residents get up, get out in order to see a change. Facts. Facts. Let me see what Carol. Good morning, Carol Kincaid. Thank you for tapping in, and Happy New Year. Del Rico showed he is for residents when he took up for Hasselbrink Senior Center. He approached it intelligently. I was finna stumble with that. Ask for public input without stage production. Current mayor acts. Facts.
Morning, Pastor.
Facts.
Yeah. No. Like I said, I liked Del Rico's tenure on the County Board of Commissioners. He's very level-headed, like I said, open to criticism without it. As long as you come to him with an honest criticism without, screaming at him, he's very receptive to what you had to say. And I think the city of Flint could use someone like that rather than a minor criticism turning into a full-blown event.
Let me see. Our current leadership got tens of thousands for their nonprofits, only for residents. Let me see. Right. Our leadership got tens and hundreds of thousands for their nonprofits, and only 1,000 for residents. I read that.
I have to disagree with that.
Miss Eunice, good morning.
They got tens and thousands, hundreds of thousands for their nonprofits, but that 100 or that 1K came from a completely different source entirely. That came from a lawsuit in the state. What the city of Flint gave residents from all those ARPA funds and X, Y, and Z was a $300 water credit. You're off by a factor of 3 there, my friend. You are overselling what they gave you.
I'm looking at Dominique has his name printed on the Vital Records envelope. I don't recall a name there previously. I think Dominique don't want to be a part of none of the madness. I mean, he trying to, like most people, like, I'm not finna get caught up in what's going on over there.
And I mean, Dominique he's running too, right? The man wants to be.
Yeah, he probably got to. I think it is. He got to rerun, but I think he should be
your position for him. But yeah, I mean, he's trying to run again, so he's getting his name back out there. And as the county clerk, he has the right to put his name on those, saying, yes, this was certified by the county clerk, Dominique Clemens.
Good morning, Sandra.
Nah, I got you, new one. I got you. I understood your point, understood the assignment. I mean, well, let's not overscore what little they gave to the residents of Flint. They gave you a $300 water credit. And if you were already behind on your bill, that water credit didn't count as a payment, if we all remember. So you could still have your water turned off, even though your bill might only be negative $5 now.
I mean, it's just so much stuff that's finna go down. I'm looking at Miss Courage, and I see what you're saying, Katie. Nickelback has brought the seats he needs to keep doing what he's doing. Sad to say, look how the last election went. Facts. I mean, it just, oh, man.
Here's the thing about last election. The opposition to Neely was so disorganized, it was easy to pick them apart. Okay? Like, if you are running against Neely this time, or Neely's crew, Neely's little party, whatever the hell you want to call it, organize yourselves. Everyone get on one page. After the primaries, if you didn't make it, don't be a write-in. Support the other candidate that, was against Neely's crew. And then also go out and support whoever is running against him for mayor, however you're going to do it. But you don't need to be a fractured group. It's a lot easier to crush something with one big rock than several small ones.
Felicia Martinez, we back getting sponsors again.
Oh, cool.
Mickey's Roll Call is sponsored by the Buddhist monks who are walking from Fort Worth, Texas to Washington, D.C. in the name of peace. God bless them on their journey. Kenneth, thank you for tapping in. Denise Cousins, thank you for tapping in. Blind Intelligence. That's from my family from out the Mississippi. You heard?
The
Teresa,
entire
thank you
600
for tapping
series.
in.
The entire 600 series. 662, 601. Gotta love our Mississippi folk.
And you know what, new one? You are so correct on this. You are so correct on that. And that's why I'm saying it's messed up how you gotta watch. See me, because we keep learning things new every year. Every new election, we learn something new about people they don't never come the same way. Remember the first time Liddell, when she came in smooth without saying who she was with until she got elected. Candace Candace kind of did the same thing. She was quiet. She really wasn't saying nothing. The first ward councilman Leon did the same thing. LaShawn came with something different. I'm not a Neely girl. So I wonder, she was trying to say she wasn't with him. Donnell Meredith, thank you for tapping in. Thank you. So I'm trying to see what's going to be the new thing. They're going to come in and play it smooth, or they're going to come in. You can't come in and say you're not a Neely girl, you're not with Neely, because it's going to tell you what Neely. I'm just trying to figure out what's going to be the new way he going to bring his people in.
They're going to reverse track. So Neely running right now, he's going to be touting every wonderful thing that he has done or his wife has done in leadership in Flint, from the time that he was a city councilman to the time that he was state legislator to the, his time as mayor. He's going to be highlighting every one of those. So the people running with him on council, what they're going to be doing is highlighting how they were a part of it in one way or another. Yes, I supported it. Yes, I gave this my support. Yes, I spoke up in favor of this. Yes, I signed a ordinance that supported this. They're going to be complete Neely people. They're going to let you know that they're with Neely.
But what about the ones who running?
That's
because he gonna have his ones that's running, but he gonna also have some new people in there that you might don't know.
They're all going to say that they're with him this time so they can share in that glory. And sometimes it's going to be, yeah, I was working with him in the background. I was doing this for him. I was doing that for him. Sometimes it's going to be someone taking pride in just grabbing the staff coffee. Yeah, I was grabbing them coffee. I support them so much. They didn't have a position for me, so I was volunteering, getting him this. That everyone's going to be trying to jump on his bandwagon one way or another, just like that. At least if they're with him, if they want his support, there's not going to be no more, I'm not a Neely girl. Because they really want his support, and the best way to do that is to cozy up to him.
Yeah, they're going. If you want stuff did, he know he can buy him. But he know he can. Well, I ain't gonna say buy him. He can get things done for him.
Part of that buying them is they're gonna have to do their part, and for them to do their part, he has to get back in that seat. So they're gonna have to try to do their best to get him in that seat, highlight his victories, while highlighting their own part of his victories.
Okay. All I can say is for this one, it's gonna be rough because I'm still looking at you're gonna have people slide in. There's only one person that I be knowing that y'all know too. That be knowing who be Neely people, man. We don't be knowing who Neely people. There's only one person who be coming back.
The second that they register for that city council race or state rep race, whatever race that they're jumping into, the second that they make an announcement on Facebook, they're going to talk about Neely. And now that I'm calling it, I feel like they're going to try to make me out to be a liar, but watch the campaign trail.
But see, Liddell didn't do that last time when she came.
It wasn't as necessary.
Yeah, she didn't, because you thought she was independent how she came. I'm just telling you. Remember, the goal was to get Maurice Davis out.
Yeah,
so
last
Liddell,
time, I'll get to that in a second. But last time, it wasn't as imperative. But Neely's gone through scandal after scandal after scandal. The man has taken more L's than the alphabet right now, right?
Has he?
When it comes to his name in the paper negatively, when it comes to across the country, things happening in Flint that, say, CNN is reported on, Fox is reported on, Hell, the scandals of the firehouse, or not the firehouse, the church being set on fire. Under his tenure, one of his biggest supporters and allies, Leon El-Alamein, has now got residency issues cropping up. He's got a felony charge hanging over his head, a domestic violence charge hanging over his head. And I mean, all this is hanging around there, and it is tainting Neely. So he needs everything to highlight him, which means his allies are going to have to highlight him.
Mm. You know what, Denise? I go through this, and we just go through the alleged people, because she's saying, "What does Del Rico look like as a mayor?" Thoughts? I mean, in my humble opinion,
I think that word right there is the best way, in my opinion.
what?
Humble.
What's up, Ron Uncut? Like what we said, what does Del Rico look like as a mayor?
Humble.
Yeah, I can see humble. I don't think he'd be like how this mayor is. But to be honest with you, I don't really know how many people would be like this mayor, like the current mayor you have right now. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't know this man.
I met him 2 or 3 times.
I'm talking about Neely, but I'm going to be honest with you. He done been respectful every time I seen him. I ain't never seen he all, hey, how you doing, and keep it moving. He ain't never, you know how some people be nasty. That's what I'm saying. Just seeing him on the surface of it, and every time I done seen him, he always, you know, he been cordial. Just like I'm gonna tell you what, every time I done seen Del Rico, always be cordial. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. That Neely, he's a master politician in Flint, because a lot of I see he don't make the mistakes that certain individuals make.
I've got some court documents that, once again, I don't think I can release Jack until after the case is done. But once it's done, I will be releasing him, and you can see he's a snide asshole behind closed doors.
That's what I'm saying in public. That's why I said. You see this right here. It said, Deborah Luna said, don't forget his hands over that at the engagement hub and Hell HUD 2.
Also a new one. My shirt says STEAL, and it's a acronym to strategically transfer equipment to an alternate location. It's just an Army acronym, a little joke that we have.
I'm looking at Miss Karaj. It is really. I believe Nickelback is protected by the state. As long as the state's getting paid on the back end, his seat is covered. Facts.
Now, here's what we're going to have to see. Because Neely's going to be calling in favors, and Whitmer is going to be doing favors left and right. She needs support for her 2028 run. So she's probably going to come into Flint and say that she's worked a great deal with Mayor Neely, and they've done great things together, and she's going to highlight X, Y, and Z. And then her chosen successor, whoever she's putting her weight behind for governor, is also going to come down there and campaign with Neely. Unless some bomb drops that's going to really oust him, make him a political pariah. That's exactly what you're going to see. You're going to see Lansing coming in, stepping into Flint politics to try to boost him.
I can see that. But I mean, but she coming out. So whoever the new people running, well, you know what? She don't come out till November of next year. I mean, this year, November. So she's still gonna have a lot of say so.
She'll be in power until January 20th of 27, because inauguration day. But yeah, she's gonna be coming down here, and she's gonna be trying to gather all the support, because we've seen with presidential elections, mayors make a huge difference. You know, when your mayor comes out in support of your nominee, it can swing a city, right? Especially in terms of a primary. And she wants to get pretty far in those primaries. I don't think she wants to be president. I don't think she thinks that she can be president, but she wants to get far enough that either she's picked up as a VP or she gets a cabinet position. So there's a certain area that she wants to land in those primaries. And she's going to need a lot of support from Michigan mayors and other political officials to get her there. So
I agree with you, Keisha. I'm just with KD. And if people fall for Gretchen nonsense, it's on them. She went on a media tour saying Flint water's clean. We have to learn the game of politics.
I mean, this is what Mickey Winters myself been doing for the past 3 going on 4 years now, or 4 going on 5. I don't know. I was in the Army. I can't do math. But like, we've been watching the political game for a while, and we've been watching how people move. And this is one of the big years. You know, midterm elections are actually, you know, everyone says it's not a presidential election year, so they're like, forget it. It's actually a big year in terms of politics and for policy and how things are going to go. So this is how, you know, this is our field. This is our game day. This is, for us, this is going to be a big year. And right now, just looking at the field as it is, this is the play that we're seeing.
No, but I agree with you that the state gonna have to come in, but don't never get it twisted. They can always find somebody else to come in and take that, because sometimes they can be like, listen, man, you too toxic.
Yeah, sometimes it's exactly that, toxic. And, you know, toxic, if you look at it, is something that poisons things around it.
Mm-hmm.
If a bombshell comes out and it makes Neely toxic and poisons other people's run, then they're either going to do 2 things. They're going to flip and go for his opponent, or they're just not going to get involved at all. If we look at 2022, who was Gretchen with?
Started with Weaver. I mean, 2019. She
22,
was with
she was with Neely, and then 2019, she was with Weaver. So they can flip pretty quickly. But as things stand right now, who's playing the state's game? Neely. So they're going to run with Neely until he becomes toxic, until a large story breaks, which I'm surprised, you know, Jordan Sheridan's book hasn't really picked up with a lot of people, because he laid it out right there. Number one, the Motts are running a lot of things in Flint. They decided on emergency managers. He confirmed it, right? And then some of his language in there, I don't even want to say it aloud, because I'm pretty sure YouTube TOS will bop us for it. But something about a baby. Flint is like a baby, and they're leaving the room, if you get what I mean.
For sure. What's up, Lena? Winters didn't tapped in. She said she'll see y'all later on, family. I'm just looking at the politics, like, you know, like I say, man, you never know. It's just me. If the people, only way I can see you can probably challenge the system, if the people, the residents, whatever, if it's 50,000 people got out and actually voted, then you probably can get yourself in there. And then I'm not saying, you know, that's one part of it, but to get some people in there, you wouldn't keep getting this. You can stop that residency. I ain't gonna say you can stop it. Maybe you can put it on hold for maybe 2 or 3 elections.
Going off of last midterm cycle that we watched, I think the total numbers in Flint for voters are going to be around 10,000 to 14,000 voters, because last midterm they only had 12.
That's why I said, if you can get more people to vote, that's what you got to do. I mean, look, saying it, but if the black vote get out, you can change this election.
Well, the reason I'm saying there's potential for higher is because Trump is in office, right? So 2022, you had Biden in office, and many people in Flint, being Democrats, were comfortable with that. Okay, this ain't no shot, ain't no negative. But with Trump in office, Trump being a Republican and probably one of the more disliked Republicans for Democrats in living memory, at least my living memory, a lot of people uncomfortable, and they want to see something oppose him. So they're going to get to the polls to oppose him. So you're looking at between 10 to 15,000 people. There's a chance for it being shorter if local politicians disincentivize the vote, like we've seen before, like we've seen Davina play with, you know, what district or how the ward is being counted for which recall election for which time. Then you'll see lower. If they don't do that, you're looking at about 15,000 people.
Well, That's why you need to get it. Need to be increased. If you can just get that increased, and I ain't talking about them fake numbers come in about be people no longer here with us or people who been there move. I ain't talking about that until you can
Or
until
empty
they
lots.
yeah. But in Flint, like I said, you can put up a mailbox at a lot and can run from it. Thank you for tapping in.
Here's one thing, right? I really do want to see the state of Michigan do away with absentee ballots unless you are physically disabled to the point where you can't get to a polling place. Just because there's been too many questions with absentee ballots, in my opinion, since 2020. But more recently, say is Beverly Biggs election or the 3rd ward. There were so many questions going on there. The Leon, so many questions going on there. So until those absentee ballots are pulled, except for the people that actually need them, I don't think we can actually fully trust the elections in Flint.
No, that's what Lena, what I was talking about, blacks in Flint get up and go out to vote. That's what I'm talking about. And Georgia boy said LaShawn won off AI votes.
That's what I'm saying. Me and LaShawn picking up the same thing here. All right, Lena, you vote absentee, but are you disabled? I'm not saying get rid of it for people who can't get out, right? Like, hell, there are some days where I can't get out of bed. If it happened to be on an election day, I'd be voting absentee.
Thank you for tapping in, Taylor. Thank you for tapping in. Good morning and Happy New Year to you. Yeah, Lane, that's what I was just talking about here. Flint need to get out. Let me see what Jasmine said. Go blue. She said, is the fix to get rid of absentee ballot or is it to get clerk or get a court clerk with integrity?
But this is politics. Finding someone with integrity is like finding a virgin in a brothel. I'll be 100% with you guys. Okay, see, that works right there. So let's add that in because military vote, military absentee, people who have to travel for work. But yeah, trying to find someone with some integrity in politics is extremely hard.
And she meant to say, just to get it clear, not a court clerk, a city clerk with integrity.
Either way, like court clerk, city clerk, county clerk, federal clerk, finding someone in politics, whether clerk or elected, with integrity is pretty hard.
Coretta H, good morning and Happy New Year. Thank you for tapping
Good morning.
No, you do. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe you're going to get a fair election. It's just from what I've been saying. Like I said, Davina up under this watch. Only thing I knew, fires with, and like I said, and I didn't know her personally. Inez Brown was a nice individual when I seen her. I seen her back in the summer at the grocery store. She always, hey, how you doing? We always speak. Only problem that I had is when I heard when Sis Audrey went there and went to make the complaint, put it in, that Liddell wasn't here for the full year. I'm just going by that.
And remember what
Marcia A. Tarver, good morning. Thank you for tapping in and Happy New Year to you.
Remember what the crass Don Pfeiffer said, and mind you, for me saying someone's crass is a compliment. He said he brought this issue up with the city clerk before, and he was told all that matters is what's on your driver's license. You don't have to show proof of residency by living there for X amount of time, bring in some bills or such, just what's on your driver's license.
And that's why I said in Flint, you can find a lot and put a mailbox up to it and you can run.
Give me just a second, Tay. For once, I actually have Chrome open with my face space. Jesus Christ, you sent me a lot of stuff.
New one, I don't know. It said, can a city clerk be censored or for dereliction of duty?
Believe so.
But I don't know if you can find a judge that'll get on her about it. You know what, KD? You probably could if you had 6 of them that will go for it. You know what I'm saying? Can't counsel strengthen the residency required. That charter, it's in the charter. You must stay in your ward. I don't know how much more can they do. I just think it goes back to what, remember when Chief Green said, we just need to enforce the laws that we got. Remember Liddell, the councilwoman of the Second Ward, tried to.
The only thing I can think of is you have to prove residency by showing a paper trail of bills to an address, the address that you're running from for X amount of time, right? But moreover, though, as Mickey said, just enforce the laws that are on the books. Because, I mean, let me go into something that I know pretty well, firearms and firearms laws. There are over 14,000 firearms laws on the books around this country. Okay, if more laws would make a difference, then the 14,000 you already have would be lowering crime and, at least gun violence. Okay, so the issue isn't more laws. More laws isn't the fix here. In this case, with residency, more laws isn't the fix here. It's actually enforcing and having someone with, depending on who's sitting in that chair as the county clerk or city clerk, having the balls or the ovaries to do so.
Like I said, I just put up what Taylor just had up here for a second. She said, I was looking up election info last night and rereading all the old clerk election scandals in Flint. Their own department has turned into clerks and nothing happened. See how wild that is?
The article, if you don't mind me pulling it up.
Go ahead. What up, Meat Freak Barbecue? Thank you for tapping in, brother, and Happy New Year. Facts on that, Jasmine. You got one thing right.
Cool. So what we got here, this comes from eastvillagemagazine.org from 2020, so 6 years ago now. Genesee County Election Supervisor calls out city clerk on election deficiencies and failures. This comes to us via Tom Travis. Election procedures in the August 4th primary were compromised by multiple deficiencies and failures in the Flint City Clerk's office. Genesee County Election Supervisor Doreen Fletcher alleged in a scathing August 19th letter to City Clerk Inez Brown. Many
Cicero. I was going to say, Cicero, good morning. My bad, Trevor. Go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Cicero. Many items noted flaws in handling of absentee ballots and in record keeping necessary to be followed while counting ballots. Other failures and deficiencies detailed in 19 points on the 5-page letter included lateness in completing results, election inspectors not being allowed to complete work, ballot containers not being sealed properly. I bitched about that in the 2022 election. Paperwork left incomplete, and tallies of votes were not completed. 5 ballot transfer containers with no certification not documented, rendering the containers unrecountable.
Wow. So
this has been a thing for a hot minute.
So this same thing that happened back in 22 when they was talking about how the canisters was open.
Yeah, it happened in 20 as well, right? And this is why I'm a big proponent about restricting absentee ballots, once again, to people who travel for work as Lena, or military, obviously, or people who are disabled and cannot get out of the house, right?
Yep.
Because if you have that big of a problem with absentee ballots, and it has been a consistent failing, at least, not since, but at least since 2020, being 6 years down the road now, and not a damn thing got done, then you probably need to remove the tool of cheating. You can't stop the cheating, then you need to start removing their tools.
But Davina need to be called out on that, though. Davina need to be getting in trouble for that. Because the stuff, like I said, the stuff that she's allowing to go down, this ain't nothing that just happened. I'm not going to say this happened, but Davina been around it a long time while it's been going on. And that's what I'm saying. I believe certain people, and this is not no shade to Miss Inez Brown. I'm being honest. But when we see, I think we don't never want to be honest. And like I said, this ain't nothing new. They do this and that. I believe this is done in other places too. I'm just talking about Flint. See, it's people who, like, if they get in, they might have a relationship with Davina, because we don't know. I mean, not Davina, but with Inez. Inez might have let people get stuff in. I remember doing when Winter set up that the write-in form. Them people was mad about saying Inez Brown had messed them up. And I'm not even going to lie. I remember 21. 21, he helped Dennis get his stuff out. He said, man, we turned Dennis's in. He said he turned his in. She didn't allow his to go through. And he was like, how mines ain't get in? Because I remember I was on him. I said, dude, how you going to go do somebody else's and don't do yours? He like, man, I went and collected mines. And the only reason I believe him, remember the only quiche on the ballot?
Yeah.
She hollered about it. Yeah, she hollered about it. Remember, this was during 2019. Everybody was saying that Inez was, remember, it was about 7-8 people that was doing the write-ins that went through the form for.
No, one thing I can say, looking at blind intelligence here, is do or die time, y'all. Right. So here's what you do. Before you turn in any of your paperwork, you have A, photocopies made, or you fill it out in double or triplicate, and B, you have several eyes hit it first to look for any mistakes. You make sure you proofread that mother bear. If you have a friend, say, in the county clerk's office who is willing to proofread for you, just say, look, I'm not turning it in. I just need to make sure that it's clear before I go to the city clerk because I don't trust the city clerk. Have them proofread it for you because look, Dominique is also running. He's looking for all the goodwill he can get right now.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well jump on that. You might as well take advantage. And once you get the clear from there and you either video you turning it in, you know, if they're asking, why are you videoing? Hey, it's a campaign stunt, right? Whatever. So they can't say, oh, we never got it. And then the other part is, oh, it was filled out incorrectly. Not according to all the eyes I had on it before. And if they come up and show paperwork that now suddenly has mistakes or issues on it, you show them your photocopies. Like, no, those weren't there before. What are you trying to pull? You have to start playing not dirty, but really, really cautious, especially this year of all years.
I'm looking at what Tay said. She said the postmark rules were changed by the post office on December 24th. That is also going to mess up mail-in ballots.
Yeah, right here, blind intelligence. Or the library, have them proofread it, right? Look for spelling, grammatical errors. Look for, have someone that's run before look at it and be like, hey, you filled in this box here when in your case you need to fill in this box here. Make sure you go top to bottom, back to top again for every page. Like, and this is for everyone, right? Like this advice here can help everyone. When I ran, I was so nervous that I was going to screw up my paperwork. I made photocopies. I had friends, family, people who had been in office before. Hell, I think I even asked Mr. Dave Martin to look over my paperwork. Right? And this isn't just for Flint. This is around the country. If you plan on running for office, which if you're in our chat, I highly encourage you to. It doesn't matter if you're running for local dog catcher. The only way to make a difference in the lives of the people around you locally is for you to lead that change. You can't trust someone else to do it.
What's up, Christy Coleman? Thank you for tapping in. What's up, Jeff Johnson? Happy New Year to you, both of y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. Neighbor. We got ATL in the building. Her and DFW Texas Christy in the building.
Denise, I'm trying to figure. Oh, Mr. Del Rico. Yeah, like I said earlier, he seemed like a very earnest and honest individual, very humble. I spoke with him on a few occasions, always offline. So he didn't really have anyone to impress, and no one really cares about impressing me. So I liked the man. As it goes for supporting someone on their run this year, I'm out of that just because I've been burned so many times, no matter how much I like someone.
What I was going to say, every time I see him, like I said, he's been cordial.
He's really
Concrete
nice
Jungle with the $4.99 super sticker on $5 Friday. Thank you. He always have been. I'm just being honest. He always been cordial. Like I said, even the mayor, even though I know he be talking junk behind our back, but But like I say, in person, he always been listen.
One thing that we can say about some of these folks, right? Like Mr. Del Rico, if he decides to run, like I said, if he gets the public support that he's more than likely looking for, take a look at videos of him on the county commissioners board and see how he comported and composed himself for that, right? If you like what you see, which in my opinion was a not just professional sitting there doing his work, but someone who was open to criticism, open to reevaluate the way he's doing things if you point out something big enough, right? Someone who very humble, then that's who I'd vote for. Same goes with Ms. Tanya Burns if she's running for whatever she's running for. I know it's not city council. I don't know what. Not even going to speculate. Not trying to get in trouble with no one. But you know, if she's running for state rep or if she's running for mayor, same thing. Look at her on council. Do you support the way that she comports herself? Yes or no? If you say yes, all right, she gets your vote. Whereas if you look at Liddell Lewis, if she were to run for one of those other seats, do you support the way that she controls the meetings or the way that she acts in those meetings? Yes or no? If no, doesn't get your vote. Very simple, right?
Oh, yeah, because I will say, and I will say this, let's just say, and I'm going to go with this because I don't know which one. We done had two different ones. But if she ran...
Thank you for correcting me there, Carol. Yes, get it certified.
But if, let's just say, Councilwoman ran for state rep, I think she'd be 10 times better than the current state rep.
Look, we can take me.
If she run for mayor, she'd be 10 times. I'm just saying. I'm just using them because we ain't the ones run. I'm just saying because of positions that we don't know what she... Lavender, thank you for tapping in. Good morning and Happy New Year. I'm just saying, if I think she'd be 10 times better if she ran for mayor. I think she'd be a 10 times better mayor. Because, see, I'm not going to... See, this is my thing. I don't get caught up on
brothers and in-laws.
I mean, that, but I'm saying on this, on how a person might sit up here. Because you can have a person act all nice, as you know, yes, everything, say all this and be a slime ball. You seeing that right now with your current mayor. I'd rather a person... Like I done seen, because sometimes we'll look at, and this is not me taking up for nobody, but we might look at a person when they responded back and was like, they lost their cool. No, they ain't lost their cool. They got tired of taking shit who was steady pushing on them. And that's my thing. I don't want to know Liddell. She been on bullshit since she been on there. But I will say this, and I'm going to be honest with people now. I'm just talking about fires when if a person might have seen Tanya respond or JWC respond, or when Dennis responded back, when Dennis then got mad. See, people don't understand. They want to play this perfect game where LaWanna Terry, thank you for tapping in and Happy New Year to you, beloved. See, people want to... Oh no! You know what, Denise? I'm gonna have to go back and watch it, and I'll check it out. I ain't got no problem talking about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, I want somebody that, if he do cuss, they show you that they human. I don't want nobody that's a robot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I don't. You know, I don't look at, and like I say, in defense to Liddell. Let me be honest. I know if somebody keep up there picking her, she gonna fire. But I'm talking about when people from, you know, come up there. She human. She gonna fire back. Like, do you think she like being called moose? Hell no. I'm not saying she don't favor it, but I'm just saying certain things like Candace, we call her moose shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just people gonna fire back. That's the only thing I'm saying. That now fires how Liddell go start stuff like how they was picking with Mays and how she went over there and sat with Dennis. That was unbecoming of a council person. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about fires having, you know, I'll give you a better example. When Candace be saying little slick stuff to Tanya and Tanya catch her and call her out, I don't look at that. I'm not going to say, oh, she, Tanya not acting like a councilwoman. No, she's acting like a human. Only so much a person gonna let you push them before they fire back. A word. That's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, the way they act, and several times it's the offensive, right? Not defensive. So
Right.
you were just explaining there was defensive. Tanya defending herself from an invalid attack from Liddell. But how they comport themselves in terms of, do they just attack, or do they, like JJ is the perfect example in my opinion. He sits there. He's very passive in a lot of ways, and I don't mean that in negative. If someone says something crazy to him, he blinks, moves the hell on with his life, and then he retaliates with his vote. I'm with that. But another thing is, watch how they vote, because they can talk up a great storm. We used to talk about how the former late councilman Quincy Murphy would talk up a wonderful game and then vote against exactly what he is talking about. Right? So keep an eye on how they voted. 99.9% of the people that are either trying to be an incumbent or people who are running for a different seat, you can go back and watch how they voted.
And
so if it's in the interest of money coming to their own nonprofit, if it's the interest of, money going away from the residents, you can easily identify it, see it, and say that's not for me. Or if that happens to be your bag,
right?
I'm not gonna knock you. Your vote is your vote, and you use it how you deem fit. I'm not here to tell you how to vote. I'm just here to give you some facts.
And I'm looking at Derek. Thank you for tapping in, and good morning and Happy New Year. Only thing I'm saying is, like, I try to explain. I think if Deborah O'Neill, thank you for tapping in, beloved, and Happy New Year. Only thing I'm gonna say is this on that, where I try to leave it alone, is that fires. I don't want us to get nobody who, I'd rather see a person that you really see how they is. That's what I think. I liked it about what I liked it about Maurice, what I liked it about Air, you know what I'm saying? They in other words, they wore their feelings on their sleeve. You would see Maurice do his podcast, he would lose it. You would see Erica lose it. See, I'd rather see a person, they show me who they is, than a person don't show me who they is. Like, I'd rather know that you get mad, you cuss. You know what I'm saying?
Against old folks running, because we could use some young blood. But one thing I can say about old folks is they got no one to impress. They are them, and they don't care how you feel about it. They're going to show you exactly who they are. And what I mean by who they are is their personality, right? So they're not going to talk up some flowery speech and use all the buzzwords and the hype words that they've been taught by, political advisors or CNN or, the mayor. They're going to sit there and say, damn, fuck, shit. And they're going to put it out as plain as day. They're going to speak plain so they know you understand them.
Yeah. That's why I respect Blind Intelligence. Shit, y'all gonna mess around and Liddell gonna run for mayor. LOL. Good.
That means she's out of that second ward seat. And she ain't going to win against Neely. And that's the very least. Hey, then we're one down. Let's go.
That's why I'm laughing, man. I'm laughing because she's silly enough to think she can win.
I mean, she has been falling out. Damn near crashing out.
But what she been really crashing out is that it got people. See, to me, the ones that came, and this what listen, and I give Art his credit on this because he been hollering. You want to be a millionaire, come to Flint.
That's where the money's at. Poverty's big money. Poverty's big business.
Hey, T, I'm with you. My fellow 740 said, I wish some young people would run, though. The city need new eyes from the youth standpoint. But the only thing bad, but you know what they need that? Because some of this stuff that these OGs trying to pull, they ain't going to let slide.
Like I said, usually I'm more for a younger crowd, but you got to give it to the old folks where you see it. They don't care. But see, Grandma and Grandpa never gave a damn. And when they hit city council or mayor or what have you, they still don't care.
Yeah, but
young
what you
folks, they've got a future ahead of them.
But what you don't want, though, Trevor, you don't want, like I said, a company like Ashley Capital come in and you see how they took advantage of the ones around my age group that went willingly. You know what I'm saying? You will want, you gonna need some of that, as they call it, elder leadership that will be on some guide, like, hey, don't do that. But you got to have the right people. That's why I
think
go back.
Mix.
Yeah, you know, you gotta have, because remember this. Sometimes, and I've seen these stories where in entertainment, they watched them, where sometimes the people they thought had their corner, had their back, be the ones turning them on the drugs. And that's what I'm saying. I'm just using as an analogy, like where you don't want, say, a mayor like Neely come in, hey, y'all go and get that money from them over there. You know what I'm saying? Like Winters was saying earlier, Eric Mays was the type, if it was 3 people, now I'm just saying what he did in public. Now, I don't know what he might have did behind closed doors, but if it was 3 council people right there, he would walk away from that conversation. Not to break the open. That's what I'm saying. You'll want somebody who will guide you in the right way, even though they might not be right. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm feeling Taylor here, because our generation, our age group, we are kind of left out of a lot of these conversations. You don't see no mid-30s in a lot of these positions. So it's always like a lag of a generation behind. So the values and politics of yesteryear, whereas the world has changed a hell of a lot in just this past decade, right? But I do think, it would be great to have a good mix. We'll take city council as a good example. I think a 2-7 mix, 2 older folks that have nothing to lose and can be straight up and say, "No, this is some bullshit," trying to help lead and guide 7 people of mine, Tays, maybe a bit younger, and even into the 40s, in terms of, all right, look, you guys, this is bottom level politics. We don't have to act like we're senators or governors. Let's just act like we're people that get to make some decisions.
But see, what the problem is with that, though, Trevor, I remember a guy named, what was Guerrero, if I'm not mistaken, 3rd Ward, Santino. And I'm pretty sure it was the older ones that got to him. What I'm looking at, when you're looking for a council person, man, you want somebody that got both. As they say, you want a person with street smarts and book smarts. But you need a person that's been really a real community activist who worked up through the ranks. You can't just get these people, man, because you can get what they call easy takers. That you can get a young person up in there. You know what I'm saying? What Taylor said, call me millennial all you want to, LOL. We are treated as having enough experience, but we live through multiple crisis level situations in our lifetime. But you will want more people like you. But Taylor, you will want, it should be more young people up in there. But I'm saying not the ones that we seen with a Santino. I'm not talking, not the ones that we seen with an Ali Hokenreuter. Alley, 7-4. Yeah, her. We don't, but see, you want some who done been in the fight with the people. Like, don't get it wrong. And I'm going to say this, because Quincy was out there in the fight. Like I said, I seen him out there in his community. But sometimes, I'm going to just be honest, but sometimes the system can get you. It's just being honest. Sometimes you can have, look, family, I'm going to be honest. I came in on Weaver. When I was coming in, y'all knew I rode in. What's up, M. Corsi? Thank you for tapping in, and Happy New Year.
So, to me, I'd love to see some people my age group start hitting government nationwide. But you're right. You do need someone with some book smarts and some street smarts, because you need someone to know when they're being played, right? Because sometimes, while I do respect our elder community, sometimes some of them elders are just as crooked as everyone else. Obviously, we've seen it. We see it play out weekly at city council. And you have to know as a younger person when the older person is not trying to guide you, but trying to play you.
Let me see.
I think you're 100% right. You need someone on both.
KD, I'm with you on that. So do y'all think activists make good politicians? I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence too. I just look at Al Sharpton and all of them. And
I want to point at not saying activists themselves, but it's on the individual, right? Because you could have some great activist politicians. And then you can have some shit tier, I'm just here for the bag activist politicians. You know what I mean? And good morning, Ian.
No, that's how they act. Landmark Network. Let me see. I think Clack's daughter would be a good fit if she decided to go that route. Hey, facts, my fellow 740.
Like, I don't know. We've seen a lot of older folks. We've seen a lot of younger folks. Honestly, I don't think it's the walk of life. I think it's the man or woman behind that walked that life that makes the difference. Because, you know, we've seen some people who've done some pretty negative things in the past, maybe spent some time behind bars, come out and do amazing things for the community. We've seen some people who, you know, might have lived the idyllic life and never did anything wrong, come up, get a position, and turn into complete scumbags. I don't think it's the life itself, but the person who walked it, the person who lived it, that makes a good or bad politician.
Let me see what this landmark next. Our politicians are elected to represent their constituents or to be activists. Read the point that I was making, landmark, when I was saying for a person, you would want them kind of to be coming from the ground roots, meaning what I was coming from. Saying, no, when you get elected, you're supposed to help your whole ward, but not just the corporations. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to help your ward that you in, or whatever position you in. You're supposed to help your city. If you're a governor, you're supposed to help your state. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying you would want somebody that's been on the ground, that's been down there with the people that's been hurt. You know what I'm saying? Not people that, you know, and don't get me wrong, we get a lot of times, we get these politicians, they get in there, they be from the ground. It just seems like they get there and they forget what their job was.
Mm-hmm.
To me.
Going back to Quincy, Quincy told me stories that Quincy used to be sitting in city council right beside her, yelling the same things. And then when he got in, he seemed to change a bit. And you can point at literally anyone on council and say pretty much the same thing, except for Liddell, because she wasn't around here, right? I think the biggest deal is keeping them honest to who they were before they got that vote. You know, there's several people in this chat, like I said before, that I would absolutely adore to see run for office. Once again, I'm not endorsing anyone this time, but you guys would have my full emotional support offline, just because I think a lot of you are great human beings and you have many great ideas, and you guys direct us a lot of the time in what we see and what we do. So that's my take on it. Like, I would love to see Taylor run. And not only, you know, her and I disagree on a lot of things, but we can agree that we're both adults. And that at the end of the day, we just want to see what's best for the majority of the folks, whether it be the country or the city of Flint. So I know her motivations in the end are pure, right? Not trying to pick up some bags.
I mean, I would love to see it, but I just think you know sometimes they discourage people, man. See, to me, it's just like they've been picking who they want. I'm not saying all of them not be listening. I'll go with this, and people, you can take it for what you want. If Carol would have won that first ward seat, I believe Hasselbrink Center wouldn't be in the shambles that it was in. We wouldn't have this problem about calling the Eric May Senior Center. It wouldn't be all this, okay, it just did it, and what's the name, and they signed in. I do believe if she would have got in, and I'm saying, and man, this person don't agree on nothing right now.
I think if Carol would have won, you would have seen a different disbursement of ARPA funds.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. And I can honestly go with that. I do believe Carol would have handled that Hasselbrink Center. It would have still been the Hasselbrink. Them people would have still been over there.
Right? Like, I don't know. Just a slight change of fate in many of these elections would have changed the entire outcome. If Ms. Bev had been appointed to the 3rd ward instead of them allowing Leon to change his vote, things would be very different, and she would have been running as an incumbent, right?
Yeah.
So it would have been far easier for her to take that seat again in the election, and we'd see, once again, different disbursement of ARPA funds, and a lot of different ordinances getting passed, and some of these dumb ones that just throw money at corporations or at nonprofits or these dead end projects wouldn't have made it out of committee.
Let me see what KD said. I agree, Mickey Carroll would have handled many things better than Leon, but people don't know how to put their ego aside for a greater good. Facts. Christy Coleman, you not lying on that. I think she would be a good one too. She would be up there trying to fight. I'm gonna go with this. You know what I'm saying? I think Jan Marie Arbor would have been a way better 7-4 council person than what you're seeing right now.
And but we had personal disagreements with her, right?
Yeah.
But we still think, you and I talked about this, Tuesday morning?
Yeah.
We still think she'd be a hell of a lot better.
I think Jan Marie would be way better because I'm going to tell y'all something. She didn't forget about the other side.
Where you mean the side not next to the college?
Yeah, she didn't forget about the black side of the 7-4. I'm being honest with you. When they was trying to do that red line and redistricting, and she fought for them over there. That's why I don't understand. Like she fought for them over there, but you got to get way more over there and on the black side of the 7-4. They got to get out and come out and vote. Jan Marie was gonna be way better than Candace. Jan Marie wasn't gonna forget about y'all, and that's just honest. You know what I'm saying? She came on a little strong though because she was serious. She was about business, and I think that's what a lot of people didn't understand. See, don't get me wrong. What's up, Clark? You ain't missed nothing, man. We just on here just getting ready for the new year. Getting ready for what 2026 finna bring. I do feel like we need to have more young people. We need to have more free thinkers, man. I'm going to say that. We need more people that's independent thinkers. Like, I'm not saying you don't supposed to do right. I would never get up here and tell nobody. And I'm telling y'all, this is what got Maurice clapped that. Let me not say clap that. Maurice, he became public enemy number 1 of the city of Flint because he said you got to go talk to Trump. You have to go talk to who in power. I never seen nothing like this. Only the Democrats to tell you, wait till 4 years till we can get in here. That's the same thing like I was looking at when Rivet, Krista McDonald Rivet, when she came up here, the Congresswoman, District 8. Like, you know what I'm saying? She wanted to say, well, this, because Trump in here. Listen, Democrats did. What about the madness that the Democrats done on the city of Flint? You know what I'm saying? It's like they come. I get it. I'm not saying the Republicans ain't better, but look what y'all just did. From the mayor and the governor running around saying that the water was fixed.
Yeah,
running around.
I'll be the first one to admit Republicans haven't been perfect for impoverished communities, or especially for the African American community, right? Like, I'm agreeing with you what you're saying there, but I really do have to point at my own side and say, nah, we fuck up a lot too. We fuck up a lot.
I'm looking at Tony
being fair.
Yeah, I'm wondering is Leon 3rd Ward next elect. I'm wondering is it 6th Ward. To be honest,
I'm wondering if he's running for Mount Morris.
He shouldn't even be. Listen, and I'm telling you, right now, he all through the city right now. Far as social media on what's going on. He in trouble. I ain't gonna say in trouble. He got some BS with the neighborhood engagement hub going on right now.
Carol, I do have to point out she stole my Red Bull once.
But you was sick though. She didn't want you to drink. No, Carol, facts. But I'm just saying. But see what it is. People want. I think they don't want free thinkers. They don't want them here. That you got a certain band as me and brother Mark Hutchinson always talk about, this Black Boule clan, the Timu Boule. And what we be saying is, you seeing what happened with Miss Biggs. I truly believe Miss Biggs. Listen, people want to come with this. Miss Biggs was somebody that was from that area, involved in the city. Probably done forgot way more people she remembered in that area that was coming down there to fight. See, that's them the people that you want. but you also still need, you know what I'm saying? You need a mixture. Hey, Tay, definitely. We definitely have gatekeeping mentality here in many aspects. Hey, listen. I didn't go ahead.
In some ways, here at 810, we participate in some gatekeeping, but it's more of, hey, what have you done for the community? Why should people here, allow you to run for this office, right? And that is keeping a gate, because I don't want some no-name do nothing to get in that office, do nothing, collect a paycheck, and get themselves paid or work outside deals. I want to see people who have been out in the community fighting. So yeah, I'll keep that gate. I'll stand on that hill all day long.
What's up, Kawana Mack in the building? Happy New Year, and thank you for tapping in on this wonderful cold morning.
The way Tay is talking about it, and I understand it, is the other type of gatekeeping, right? Which is, are you important enough to run? Are you special enough? Are you on my team enough?
Yeah, is you part of this clique, or is you part of that clique over there?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That mentality is strong in Flint.
Let me be honest with you like this. I think Clark would have been a damn good a state rep, because you got somebody that's invested, whether if you like it or not. When he was on the school board, that man was trying to bring some ideas. But when you got people fighting against you, man, you're not gonna get. It just Flint. When you have like one or two people. Now I go back to the school board, Carol and Billy fighting their asses off. But when you got people like the majority, you know what I'm saying, that's not going for you, and they let me be honest with y'all. The way the ombudsman got treated, I blame the people on the ENA board, how they let their people, the ombudsman, get treated. I blame them how they let one individual came down there and shook up that whole ENA board. I blame Joe King for letting stuff slide when all that electronic. Dude, your signature was signed on some shit that you did. They say you didn't did it, but I don't know. For you not to go mess with it. Same thing with the ENA board member. Y'all let an individual put stuff in y'all mailbox, but going to y'all, and ain't that a federal crime?
That's federal crime. 5 years minimum.
Go in y'all mailbox, but yet, facts, Tay, facts. But I'm saying, but yet they was mad at the brother Jed for coming here to do a peaceful protest, to try to wake the people up and say, hey, look how y'all getting mistreated, man. Y'all drinking, you got people bathing in bad water. Did people forget Brother Elliot, who I do a show with twice a week? Shameless plug, conspiracy theories. He gonna be on Sunday with Black Watch. Told y'all he turned his water on. It stank. Do people forget? Trevor still have people. Trevor still have people stay here. I'm pretty sure if Trevor called and said, "Hey, how's the water?" Oh, we're not touching that water. I'm pretty sure Trevor people got cases of water that they drinking from, and they ain't drinking tap water.
Mother-in-law, father-in-law still buy several cases a week. My daughter still buys several cases a week. I talked to her Christmas Eve. We opened presents early. I just bring up, hey, how's the water? Oh, we haven't gotten the pipes changed yet, so we're still getting stuff kicked through the drains. Yeah. No, like, this is something that should have been corrected a long time ago. But a lot of these people just brushing it off.
See that's what I'm saying. That's the point that I'm saying. That, like, this is where we at right now. It's like, and I get it. And Taylor, I get why you don't want to run, because it's draining. I see you be drained just coming down there. We done been drained. I done grade more. I can go pull up old pictures when I first started recording. I done grade more from down there just from seeing the madness. Like I said, I came in through with Black Lives Matter, then went to Weaver, and then we went for self.
I mean,
and you can see all the stuff that went down. I'm just saying, we have fought on stuff. We have fought. I'm just talking about the things that we fought. You would think who you running with, you don't know. That's why I just say I like independent thinkers. I like people. I'm not saying, oh, you can't be with Mayor Neely. I'm not picking your friends for you. That's on you. I'm not telling you you can't be with Dr. Weaver. I'm not telling you who you can talk to. All I'm saying is have a fucking brain. Meaning, if you not, I'm not saying you can't be friends with them, but if I don't like what they present with me, I'm not messing with it. Be able to say no. Likewise with the mayor. Then you hear what Winter said. I think that's a better friend. When Winters told him, no, I'm not going, if I can't get it for saying where I stay at, when she was standing on the Grand Blanc, when she said that, no, if I can't get it, that's called somebody saying, no, I'm not going to play that game. We're going to do it this way. You know what I'm saying? It's some things I done asked her to do. Like, come on time. She don't listen. But you want somebody that will be like, I'm not messing with that. It's some things she didn't ask me. I told her, no, I'm not running. I'm straight on that. You can go and handle that. That's what I'm saying. Where can't nobody, you just the puppet. They pull your strings and you gonna go do it. They tell you damn near to jump and you saying how high. I want you to push back. I want somebody to sit up there and push back.
Nah, I'm looking at Tay here. People think we joke that it's a hangover the next day after sitting in person. I'm assuming city council. And yeah, you are emotionally drained. And it's rough to say that going and participating as a spectator in local government is so emotionally draining that you are jacked up the next day. Like you feel heavy, slow, your mind is cloudy. It is much like a hangover. Yeah. The only thing missing is the nausea and, well, in some people's case, a headache. I know I get a headache pretty hard, pretty fast watching city council, right?
I'm looking at it. This from Derek. Nepotism is the way you stay in power and maintain wealth within your state.
But, and and that's just the mayor and city council. If you sit there and you watch how you're being done in state by your governor, by your legislature, by your state senate, I mean, how many times has the state rep just not shown up? Majority of the votes, in fact.
Yeah, she's been called out on it.
Majority of the votes. How many times has Cherry had to step in to correct a bill that came from the House that had no input from Flint because the state rep wasn't there? And then I'm not advocating for Cherry at all, right? Because and then he allows her to take credit for some of the shit that he's saved her ass on. He hasn't called her out once on it, right? It is draining. And keeping up with politics in Flint itself is draining. I don't think outside any large city like St. Louis or Cincinnati or Seattle, places like that, I don't think any town, the population of Flint, has as much drama and heartache in its politics as Flint.
No, Flint. C-Wiz, good morning. Thank you for tapping in. I'm with you, Tay. I done left there with Mike Graves. Like, I ain't coming back. Yeah. I'm telling you right now why we got the feed. Because I'd be like, because I don't want people to see my face reaction because I don't have a poker face.
I mean, 90% of the time when I was wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, and that's what I say. I got nothing but respect for Ed Thumb. You know what I'm saying? I respect it even with Clyde Thumb. Let me say this. I respect everybody. But what I dislike about when the police, the way they laughed at the Lawson family, when they was doing and they laughed, and for them to be back there with the administration, I mean, hell, LeBron Terry, thank you, beloved, for being a member for 10 months. And we need that. Happy she been riding with us. And my thing is this, like, dude, y'all supposed to look at the police like, nah, cut that shit out. Wait till they leave if you're gonna laugh, if you're gonna be smiling. That's what I think, to me, because I'm only speaking on what I saw. Then nobody called them out. Didn't supposed to say nothing when you're in that type of position of authority. You supposed to be like, hey, man, you can't, you know what I'm saying? That was disrespectful. But this mayor, like how he sent to the people, is like, we don't care. We getting our money. And to me, and that's the way they taking it, like, we don't care. Until one of them, now remember, the mayor was hollering racism when he didn't get that District 8 seat. He used his black card that day when he didn't get that District 8 seat. And that's my thing with him. You shouldn't have used it because you seeing how the police attacking the people down at council.
Mm.
I mean, when you gonna throw in your kente cloth come next month?
I mean, I don't know. So before we were moved to the back due to that bullshit resolution, and we were able to sit up front and video from there.
All right, blind intelligence. Go ahead, Trevor.
We used to hear a lot of stuff said sidebar, and sometimes the camera wouldn't pick it up, and you would sit there and you just feel disrespect oozing off of some of these council members. You know, like, how dare they say that, or that's wrong. Like, hold up, you're telling this woman who eyewitness has a camera, who has seen X, Y, or Z, that she's wrong and mistaken in what she said. Don't believe your lying eyes and ears. Just like the second ward councilwoman, I didn't run from the meeting about the Mitchell boys. There's video of her literally up and running, right?
Right.
You hear a lot of shit, you see a lot of shit when you're actually there, as opposed to City Feed or even our live feeds when you are able to go, which I don't recommend anymore, at least for you, because you got a target on your back, buddy. It's just disheartening, and it is crushing. That's why I believe 2026 is such an important year for Flint. You voters and residents of Flint have a chance to get up off your ass the one time every so often that your voice actually matters in the city of Flint. Because once they're in those seats, they don't give a rat's ass about you. Right? At least several that we've shown.
Yeah.
To get someone that does give a rat's ass about you. And you have to make the right decisions. And this doesn't just go for city council. This goes for mayor. This goes for state rep. This goes for state senator. This goes for, you know, your Congress people, your federal senators, and your governor. This is a huge deal. Mm-hmm. And this is just the beginning. This is our first show of the year. I'm pretty sure come election night, both primary and general will be doing our all-night-a-thon again. At least Mickey will be asleep after passing out at like 10 o'clock, and I'll be here. Either way, like, we're going to be following this throughout the entire year. This is just the first step. And we've got to start getting people motivated and ready now to hit those polls in August and November.
No, I'm telling you, like I said, man, LA, depending on, like I said, I know he'll be there, but depending on everything I'm feeling, you know, I have my ups and downs, you know, I'm going to try to okay, Denise. Like I say, I plan on being there, and I'm gonna go in there and record it this time tomorrow at the public library, because I want to see this again, and I want y'all to see it. Like, some of the stuff that the people come in, and to me, I say it again, I don't know how people can be sitting up here smiling when they see the mayor. I'm not saying you got to be disrespectful, because I am like Brother Elliot. You don't have to be, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to tell nobody how you go up there. But I do think if you go in, not so as they feel, you know, they feel attacked, but if you do tell them how you feel now, and how you feel, if they feel attacked, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? That's on them. But we do got to go up there and do our cool, because I'll be there. I'll be there tomorrow. We do got to go in there and know how to conduct ourselves at the podium, because, you know, this council is one of the most fragile, and I'm not saying all of them, but the majority of them. The block is, they so fragile. If you tell them they doing wrong, you'll hurt their feelings. So you kind of got to damn there watch how you say it, for they won't take your time away from you. You know what I'm saying? But still get your point across.
Be authentic, but treat it like you're at work. Be professional. Is the only thing I can really say. Because if you want to point out someone's flaws and say you're this, that, the third, dirty, low down, they're just going to discredit it. But if you say, look, I have a problem with this, 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 and this, because the fallout has been this, 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 and this. I believe that there has been undue hardship on the people and undue gains on the part of some city council members. Not a damn thing I said right there could be misconstrued as a direct insult. Not a damn thing I said right there could get my time taken away.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in the way you approach it. And putting that type of pressure on them starting, next week, the 7th, right? Next Wednesday.
Yeah, because the 5th is starting, Monday, right?
Yep, starting the 7th and continuing all the way through election season, pointing out people's failings, or if you want to promote a candidate of your choice that's sitting up there running for re-election, pointing out their successes and celebrating their successes. You could do a lot of damage or a lot of help, a lot of building.
Mm.
You know, it isn't just rip one person down. You also got to build another up. Because if all you do is demolish, you ain't got nothing to stand under, right? You have to keep building people. So, you know, I'm going to use JJ as an example here. If you like the work he's been doing, if you like the professional attitude that he brings to council and his quiet, reserved nature, make sure you point that out and let him know that you appreciate him and the work that he's done, and that you may not agree with all of his votes, but many of his votes have been on point for you, and that he has supported his community X, Y, and Z.
No, I'm with you. You have to have thick skin in the politics, gang. You're right.
Yo, me and Tay once again on the same page.
Yeah.
You have to be cordial, but they have to have thick skin. Oop.
But you know what? They don't. I mean, I'm only ones I'm really talking about is that voting block who really can't handle it. Like I said, we done got on Jonathan. We done got on Dennis. Y'all all know about you know, we even got on
Tanya. One of Dennis's harshest critics.
Yeah, we got on Tanya. You know, very rarely do we get on. We had to say something about JWC because JWC is more a stickler to the thing too, and I respect her on how her game. JWC is more stickler to the rules. Like she more, she don't, you know what I'm saying? But she down there like a soothsayer, because when she says it'd be like when she say, when we break these rules, we do this. This is gonna come back and bite us. And what happened? That shit usually comes back and bites them. Yeah,
it's almost like she's a fortune teller. Yeah. Hey guys, I foresee in 3 months this causing a lawsuit. 3 months later. Here's a lawsuit. I told you. Except she has the grace not to say I told you.
No, because when certain stuff you very rarely do you see her being on certain things. When JWC is like, it didn't go through this committee, why are we not letting it go? She be that vote to be nope. It shouldn't. We're not doing it how it's supposed to go, and I respect that from her. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, and she said every time we do this, and what happened? See, you can't do a yeoman with this voting group, this block that they battling with. That group of liars over there is downright unacceptable. They lie just when they talk. It's just downright unacceptable. Like Dennis said, when he was trying to make a deal, when he said, "Are you sure ain't gonna be no call for the questions?" Even he didn't trust it. Now you see how rough it is when with your coworkers, when you sitting up here, you gotta sit back and be like, hold on. Can we do, you know what I'm saying? He ain't been back to council since then.
Yeah, like when your coworkers will look you dead in the eye, deadpan face, lie to you on the record. That's a rough game to be in.
Derek just gave y'all a turn. He said, Don Legions, thank you. I'm just saying, this is some of the stuff you're going through. You got to pray and hope that the people that, you know what I'm saying, like, it's just like, It's like the story with the scorpion when the duck give a scorpion a ride to the other side, and when they get over there, it sting them. Said, "Now we finished. Well, you knew I was a scorpion.
It's my nature."
Yeah, and that's what it is. You dealing with people who natures are that of beast. I'm just being honest with you. Dealing with people. Just think about it. Like you said, when Liddell lied and said
she didn't run from.
She didn't run. Video come back and said she did run. She lied and said about the black, you know what I'm saying, the Black Lives Matter mural. Oh, cars gonna slide. When the state road commission had to come back, whoever fixed their street said that was a lie.
Yeah, they use a very particular type of paint that allows for grip. It's not your fucking household wall paint.
Yeah, but it just instead of her saying, listen, they don't want that Black Lives Matter mural on that street in the city. She could have just been real and said, look, I would have came out, hey, they don't want that right there. I ain't telling you who it is. Just open your eyes up and figure it out. They don't want that sign. They don't want that repainted down there. You know what I'm saying? But rather her come out there and say it like that because people don't, it's a lot of people who don't want that Black Lives mural on there. But they are right with Confederate flags. I'm just saying, this is the type of stuff that you're going to go through. You got some don't want that, but you got some who don't want that. But they'll take that over this. That's all I'm saying. But this your council person that's going to show up to these events, come around and ask y'all to vote for her again. Just look at some of the stuff. They feel because they can give y'all some. And don't get me wrong, I love what the city doing this summer. The Porch Fest is that they're going to be having different block parties that be going on down. But they think that's really, I'm giving y'all something. This our politicians think. We giving y'all something, but we want your vote. Vote for your ass to do what? To keep oppressing us?
I mean, that's the weird part, right? They think that doing the bare fucking minimum is going out of their way. They think that organizing something for people to celebrate and just be happy for a little while, even in the conditions of Flint, is doing something big and massive for them. When instead, that is the bare minimum. That is like breathing. You do that automatically. What would be them going out of their way is, and mind you, this is still something that they should have been doing in the first place, is telling some truth, going up to the state and the Fed and calling out the governor for her lies about the water, going to the president, either under Biden or Trump now, and saying, hey, our water's still not fixed. Mr. President, can you do something about this? Making grand gestures to people that can actually get things done. Instead, it feels like they're content just to sit there in their own little world and their own little war against each other.
But see, up under this, and I'm not saying, like I said, me really paying attention. I was more paying attention during the Weaver administration, and damn sure in this one, because this mayor been here, he going on this third trifecta, right?
Yeah.
So I think, and like I said, it depends on who you ask. I'm going to tell you the past administration before this administration was rough. It depends on who you ask. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to be fair and call a ball, a strike, a strike. But in my humble opinion, what I see with this administration have done, they have been lawless. I never seen an administration been able to be this lawless and not get in trouble for nothing. Like I said, I seen the Weaver administration, her ass was going to court if they said she picked her nose. She was in court. And the way they was on her about money, and the way this motherfucker got to blow money, got to do what he got to do what he wanted to do. The way he got to play with this money, and they ain't haul him down in court. And we can sit up here and say, oh, he too smart to get himself caught up. What about the other people? Dr. Weaver wasn't too smart to get herself caught up. They lied on her. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It depends on He able to get away with what he doing. Just think about it. We can say what we want to say. With Leon, let's just go with residency. Even with Liddell, we can start with her at first. Her getting in that seat, they knowing she wasn't here allegedly for the whole year. Don't you know Inez Brown knew that?
Yeah.
She wanted to holler on her way out. That ain't the first one she let slide. Then we get here with Davina. Davina get in with all the information that's been out. Then you see when they took that stuff up to the state threw it back in her lap. You deal with it.
That's on you. That's yours. Deal with it. But it shouldn't have had to go to the state because as the charter reads, as the law reads, it is on Davina from jump to take care of these residency issues. She tried passing the buck. She tried keeping her hands clean. It doesn't work like that. This is your purview. Either woman up and do your damn job or resign.
But what she knows, she got 5 votes that she know not gonna go against her.
That's why I'm saying woman up and do your job, because it shouldn't matter if you have integrity, mind you. If you have integrity, it shouldn't matter if you could be voted out. It shouldn't matter if these people have your back if you don't do it. If you have integrity, you don't care what the consequences are if you are doing the right thing. If you have character, you don't care what the consequences are if you're doing the right thing. Yes, you may get sabotaged. Yes, you may get hurt, say politically, professionally, but you did the right thing, and you should be able to stand on that with some pride. Instead, she tried passing the buck to the state. The state said, you take care of it, and now she's kicking the can down the road. Oh, an investigation won't be complete until after the election. Well, what happens after the election if Leon gets reelected and you find that he didn't have residency? Are you going to hold another special election? Is he going to hold that seat? Are you guys going to appoint someone? Like, it's just a game to her.
Yeah, because she know ain't nothing going to happen. But that's what I'm saying. Up under like all the stuff she did, even with letting 21 get through that right there exposed her hand. But she was so ain't nothing going to happen until, and that's what I'm saying. Even with when Stanley Wood saying she's trying to, allegedly that she looking at her retirement. No, she should be able to have to get that money back. You let people who were not living in the city vote on city matters, spend money. You would think Davina should be the first one.
And that's literally what her job is, to organize the paperwork and to be a fail-safe in case council goes rogue. Yeah. Or even outsiders, and I do mean that in the most literal term, people from outside the city taking positions in the city, making decisions for the city. She should be, well, she technically is, according to charter, according to law, that fail-safe, that check and balance. But she is refusing to do that part of her job.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's so much stuff. What's up, Cuzzo Maria Carter in the building? Let me see. Question. I was asked if any current council starts to run for another office, so they have to step down during their campaign.
No, you don't step down until you win that other office or
lose.
Yeah. So,
no, you have to have a choice.
Like Mays, right? He ran for mayor in 22. He didn't make it, but he got to keep his seat the entire time he was running, and then after he lost that election.
But
so no, city council folks do get to keep their seat and their position the entire time they're running until their council term is up.
But no, something happened though. You may be right. Council term up because wasn't it? What's his name? Scott Kincaid. That's how Eva Worthing got in, because Scott had a choice: either he was going to run for mayor or he was going to run back for his seat.
Mm-hmm.
So he ended up running. He was
lost
up for
mayor and his seat termed out. So then Eva was able to run unopposed, but he wasn't able to run for both.
Yeah, he had to pick one, so he picked to run for mayor.
Yep.
Yeah, I got you. Now that's the point that I'm making. See, when you dealing with this type of madness, that's what is crazy about the whole situation.
Yeah.
You know, but it's the clerk office. You got to deal with Davina. That clerk office been a thorn in the side with on the residents because they've been going with whatever mayor. I'm just gonna say throw allegedly out there. Whoever in power, that's which way that clerk running. If they got their 5 votes, because like I said, Inez Brown did a disservice. I don't care what nobody say. That's how you got Liddell. Listen, oh my God. Davina just went all the way wild from the 7th to the 1st ward. Like Davina played games all the way around.
And she played games, yeah, like you said, with the 7th. She played games with the 1st. She played a lot of games with the 3rd.
Yeah. Now Davina, man, like I said, Davina showed herself out. Davina really showed she not to be like, listen, we think, like, I mean, I ain't gonna say I think Inez Brown was diabolical. Shoot. I think Davina running a tight 1st place and just downright unacceptable what she doing.
I mean, like we pointed out before, when doing the wrong thing has become acceptable for so long, you stop hiding it. Right.
Facts.
The person before Inez doing wrong, Inez doing wrong. And then it's been going on long enough. To me, it's just like, they ain't doing nothing about it. I just ain't going to hide it. That's too much work. Now this is where we are.
My bad, I muted myself. No,
Yeah,
she
hitting that.
Yeah, Davina showed you that she'll play the game. That's what I take from it. My take from it that everybody thought that's why I hate when I be hearing when people say, "Oh, they scared." No, that's what me and Tanya, the councilwoman. Let me just say this
With respect.
No shade, with respect. When she would be like, "Nah, Judy was scared." Judy wasn't scared. Judy wasn't scared. Judy knew the game she was playing. That's the game she wanted to play. And that's the same thing when I hear people say, "Oh, Davina's scared." No, she not. Davina know what she doing. All of them know. That's just like when Candace got up on council. Candace knew what she did when May said, "Oh, no, you in the game. You in the game." See, we got to quit. We got to understand what it is. We want to play these games. Even y'all know I disagree with Art when Art was like, "Let's give LaShawn a chance. Let's give Leon a..." They showing you who they are. They're not finna change.
When it came to the appointees, right, because we didn't have an appointed 3rd ward for the longest. But when it came to appointees, there was no me giving him a shot because I saw who voted for him. You know, when Candace got on there, Dennis was on the other side, right? Dennis, Judy, Liddell, Quincy, they voted for Candace. I already didn't trust them. Why am I going to trust someone that they trust? No go. Same thing about Leon. Yeah. Why am I going to trust him? Why am I going to give him a benefit of the doubt when people that I inherently do not trust are the ones putting him in that seat? What do I think all of a sudden that people I think are playing the game and playing dirty are going to put someone clean in the game?
Facts.
Nah, get it straight. Anytime I heard that, I thought that people were insane. Anytime. Oh, give someone the benefit of the doubt. No. When it comes to Flint politics, you have to prove that you're not in on it.
No, that's what I be saying. Like, dude, when see, because what it is, and let's just go with this. Let's go before all the stuff came out about him. Let's go with all this stuff. Let's just take away the stuff with the cases that he got. Let's just take that away. Okay. Let's just go on his voting. Who was he voting with all the time? Lock and step. The man got up there and lied when he said, you know, Art wasn't even there. Art don't need you to lie
Art
on
was even in the same state. Art was, God, I think he was down in Georgia when he put out that lie about Art.
Yeah, when he lied, Art wasn't even there. When he came on that, said, you know, because I did this and that. Dude, he know what he had to do. It wasn't no secret. He knew, but see what it is, we be trying to, see, we'd do something like, nah, this person can change. How this person going to change when look who giving them their money? It wasn't by no kawinky dink that he was on the check registry. He was getting money from the city of Flint.
Whenever I hear they can change, it reminds me of a private marrying a stripper. I can fix her. Like, bro, she's making more money than you. There ain't nothing to fix.
You're right.
You're just being dumb.
only people you can change is who want to change. And that's the fact that we don't be want to look at. LaShawn, the councilwoman of the 3rd Ward, gonna change when she want to change.
And
That
most people,
councilman,
when they want to change, it is for the betterment of their own financial situation.
right?
Right? Well, let's be honest, we're all human here. I mean, morality very seldom plays into most people's lives. Hey, I want to further my financial situation. Okay. How are you going to change? I'm going to change in a way that makes me more money. And in many people's cases, they see that open way of, I'm going to get money doing this shady shit here.
Shit, Donnell. I'm looking at Taylor. Look at history with being on all the committee before council. That was a direct conflict of interest. ARPA, housing, etc. But gets to vote on that shit. Look at Donnell Meredith. The clerk office has been going back. He said the clerk office has been corrupt going back to the days of Terry Banker. Wow. What's up, Eleanor Wicker? Thank you for tapping in. Huh?
Get that sorry out of there. Good morning, Miss Eleanor.
Just hit that like button, and that make everything sweet. I'm just saying, like, when you looking at it, but to me, it's like this usually how people stay in power. You able to do certain things, like them absentee ballots that the game. Like what I'm saying, Davina, you'll let a person run if they just got a mailbox in front of a lot. That's terrible. That is downright terrible what she did.
Here's the fun thing, right? So most local politics come down to a knife edge.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to place the lightest amount of pressure on one side to get it to tip. So to keep in power, you don't have to place a fat ass thumb there. You just sometimes need a clerk who's willing to let one or two things slide. You just need a council who's willing to sell out something just for everyone to look good. It's that knife's edge. And they're playing that game very well right now. They're not. Sometimes it feels like they're just pressing their thumb on the scale. Sometimes it feels like they're just pressing a needle on one side. They know how to play it good. And that's where we come in.
I got to go with Clack. Elder Golden Child Sharp. I'll be right back at you. But good morning and Happy New Year. Thank you for tapping in. Brother Clack said the thing about 3rd Ward is she doesn't understand that by her not having any history of public service, she has no merit and has to do what she's been out there to do. She can't be independent. Facts. Thank you, Elder Golden Child Sharp, for tapping in. He said, hey, good morning, everyone. Family Davina is just treacherous. And is
diabolical.
Yeah.
And here's Tay coming up with some more stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking at what Denise saying too.
Oh, I'll pop that right there after. But no lies were told today. These elections are truly going to determine if Flint survive. We have no chance if these seats everywhere don't flip.
No, facts. I mean, you're gonna have to. Oh, she talking to Taylor. That's what I was looking at with the Rico. Yeah.
I mean, it's public conversation. It's in a public chat.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm looking to see if Del Rico jumps into that race. And like I said, if you guys want him in there, go to his post and show him that he has public support, right? And a lot of politicians do this. And, he is praying. So maybe you going to his comments and expressing some support, like, yeah, Mr. Del Rico, I'd like to see you run for mayor. I'd love to see you as mayor. That could be answering his prayers. That could be an outside force intervening for him.
Ron Haywood said, you guys, maybe I'll run for council seat, buy a land bank property, use it as my residence and reside in my undisclosed area. Who's going to check? If they do, then I'll file suit because they didn't with Leon. Ooh.
Buy that land bank property. Hear me out here. And I'm not telling you to actually do this, right? This is for satire.
For
satire. And to prove a point, buy that land bank property, get one or two bills sent there, take those in with your social security and birth certificate, and get that on your driver's license. That's all you have to do, unfortunately, because they don't check.
They don't check.
Care.
They not.
That's how easy it is to fool around with the process in Flint. And I think that should be changed. We're just simple joking comments, because I'm going to say
that Mr. Ron Haywood is joking here. Sir,
I
you're
believe he
joking.
is.
Knock on wood, right? We're not trying to cause any felonies here. But where him just joking like that, you actually have to sit here and think for a minute, is he actually joking? Because it's that easy to do these cheats in Flint. You know what I mean? Like when it becomes that questionable of, is he joking? Is this legit? You should really evaluate the policies and checks and balances in place that allow you that would allow this in its entirety. Because the only 3 people I have confirmed their residency by actually being by or near or in their house on council is Liddell, because Art and myself, on one day before we went out with collecting signatures on the 2nd ward, we actually knocked on her door looking for signatures. Judy, I've been in her house several times. Obviously, Christmas parties, picking up tomatoes, talking politics before, we fell out hard. And Tanya Burns, been to her house twice, I believe. That's it. Everyone else is kind of a question to me. So some of these could be land bank residences. Or in the case of Leon El Alamin, Made Institute residence that's being rented out to someone.
Let me see what. Now, the clerk office will be counting the ballots. How will the outcome be any different? Facts.
Poll watchers.
Right.
I mean, poll watchers, and you have to be there and be diligent.
Yeah. You have to look at local politics first. This from Marcia Tarver, that West Coast love. That's where it all begins for most politicians. They can move up to state and federal seats, but you have to keep the pressure on the local elected officials. Facts.
Clark, I remember the time you were there. We were down by on Ballinger. Me and Art had a solo day. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering. Because I remember you, Ms. Rose, Art, another wonderful lady, and then one of Jerry Winfrey Carter's friends running with us that day. Obviously, Miss Bev Biggs and her wonderful husband. But yeah, like either way, those are the 3 I know. Everyone else is kind of a nebulous maybe.
Yeah, I've been to Tanya house.
Yeah,
I've been to Tanya house.
I'd never been to Eric's house, Mr. Mays, but every time I went up into the 1st ward,
he was
either at one of the corner shops or he was just chilling down the street, walking around, driving. Like, that dude could not sit in his house for the life of him. He always had to be out and about. That was 2 blocks over, but yeah, I remember that. She ran up to you, Mr. Clack. At first, I thought you were getting jumped by like a 110-pound teenager.
I'm looking at this. Denise Cousins said, everyone needs to pay attention to candidates' other positions. Do you want a council member who has lots of other interests to gain from what they get for their ward? Right about that.
We were just talking a little while ago about putting the city through a water test, and the idea of the water lab came up for testing it. That's another interest. Don't you think that might come with a commission or a bonus or a promotion? Like, hey, you just brought us $1 million contract with your vote.
Facts. You right on that. I'm ready for it. Like I say, man, like you will see me and Elliot tomorrow. You're gonna see one of the many things we're gonna be. I'm gonna go to that the thing at the library. I think it's the neighborhood engagement hub. But I'm with you too, Taylor. But I just like to go now because I haven't forgot what that lady said. She said, I heard this is where the movers and shakers be coming to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm like, and then when you start looking around and seeing who was up in there, I'm like, oh, okay. And I feel like more residents should be there. And I got to give a shout out to B. Marie for turning, was encouraging me to come to that, me and Brother Elliot. Like I said, we'll be there tomorrow.
They're going to ask questions and get ignored.
Yeah, we're going to be there at 9:30 tomorrow. So I'm gonna be there strictly on the recording because I want to see what they're gonna say. I'm waiting on this. I'm being honest with you, like, because I, in my humble opinion, I be feeling like they be playing with us.
Mhm.
They constantly do it every time. They tell you some feel good stuff to just make you think it's like they be talking over your head and okay,
Yeah,
take
they
it or
talk
leave
about
it.
some wonderful programs coming that never seem to materialize, or if they do, it's only for a select few, a handful, a mere baby's handful of people that actually get to benefit off of these.
Hey, new one, facts, beloved. You gonna see me there? I would be there. I would be in there tomorrow. Me and brother Elliot would be in there in that thing. You got any closing words, Trevor? We made it 2:00, 2 hours.
It's the opening shots of 2026, folks. It's a long, long road ahead of us. As Taylor just said, she's ready. I'm ready. Mickey's ready. I know Wentz is ready. That doesn't mean that we can't keep preparing, which means we watch who comes out and says that they're running. We go through what have they done, who they are, who they hang out with. We watch them on the campaign trail, what they plan to do, how they plan to do it. And then when it comes down to election time, there's a lot of choices that have to be made. 810 is going to be here to help inform you, but you have to get up and get to those polls. If you want someone to win, you have to get up and walk them doors with them. You have to knock. You have to talk. You can't just trust that the candidate's going to be able to do it on their own. While Flint may only have 80,000 residents, it covers a huge area of square feet. Everyone has to do their part. So you can't just sit behind a computer or a phone screen. Sometimes monetary donations are needed. A lot of times bodies are needed. You need to get up and get moving.
If you want them to help you, you got to help them. But make sure they're going to help you. Seen a lot of people get in there, don't help nobody but help themselves. And Winter said she going to see y'all later on, family. Peace.